It didn't start with nuclear weapons, didn't start with sanctions. The real story of how the US and Iran became enemies starts in 1953. With a coup most Americans never learn about in school, Iran had a democratically elected prime minister, Mohammad Mossadegh. He nationalized Iran's oil, kicking out British companies who had been profiting for decades. The British didn't like it, so they asked the CIA to help remove him. The US agreed. Operation Ajax was born, a covert operation that led to Mossadegh being overthrown and replaced with the Shah, a pro-Western monarch. The Shah ruled with an iron fist, using secret police and torture to silence dissent. But the US kept supporting him. Billions in military aid flowed into Iran. Why? Because the Shah gave the US access to oil and helped contain Soviet influence during the Cold War. But the Iranian people were getting angrier. They saw the Shah as a puppet of Washington. In 1979, it boiled over. The Islamic Revolution toppled the Shah, and then came the hostage crisis. Iranian students stormed the US embassy in Tehran and held 52 Americans hostage for 444 days. That event didn't just dominate headlines, it permanently rewired US public opinion and policy toward Iran. Since then, it's been one escalation after another. The US backed Saddam Hussein in the Iran-Iraq War. Iran built proxies across the Middle East. The US imposed crippling sanctions. Iran pushed back with missile tests, uranium enrichment, and support for groups like Hezbollah. Even today, they're locked in a shadow war across Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, and the Gulf. Then came January 2020. The US assassinated Qasem Soleimani, Iran's top general, in a drone strike. That moment brought the world to the brink. Iran retaliated by launching missiles at US bases in Iraq. No deaths, but the message was clear. This wasn't just politics, it was personal. And now, the nuclear deal is hanging by a thread. Israel and Iran are firing shots. US warships are in the Red Sea, and just this year, Iran launched drones at Israel following a strike on its embassy in Syria. The world held its breath. The US stood by Israel. Iran warned of full-scale retaliation. This rivalry is no longer about oil or ideology. It's about survival, dominance, revenge, and influence. And it's playing out on a global chessboard where every move has consequences for all of us. This is how the US and Iran became bitter enemies.